Caitlin Clark is playing a game. And there's this issue with her and Angel Reese. There's this, Caitlin Clark pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry, Angel Reese pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese. Angel Reese does one of these LeBron flops and falls on the ground. I mean, she learned it from LeBron. Fall to the ground. And the next thing you know, DeMarcus like, oh my God, she's protected. Oh, it's all because she's white.
Patrick Bet David didn't just clap back at Angel Reese. He dropped a truth grenade that blew the WNBA discourse wide open. In a single viral clip, Patrick torched Reese's all brand, no buckets persona and reminded everyone that field goal percentages still matter in a sport that keeps score.
You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
She had the worst first quarter in human history. Started off with 3 in the key. How about it?
Oh, Shaggy, don't forget the butter with the corner thumb.
Did you say butter? Cause butter pecan! Bang! He's shooting 31% this year as a big man! When all your shots are layups. That's sad. Here we go. Bang! Me bound! One more time.
But that opening flashpoint was only the start, because the fallout, investigations, and injury shocks that followed would test whether the WNBA can handle the very attention it claimed to crave. Patrick Bet David's roast left Angel Reese's "I'm the reason you watch" brand smoldering so badly she may need to rebuild her entire image from the ashes. Could this be the start of the fall of Angel Reese?
This is Angel Reese. Go ahead and play it. She needs a lot of attention. Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot.
Yeah. Oh, what a move. Okay, so average WNBA viewership, okay, 7,300 in attendance, okay? The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow. In case you missed it, that rant landed after the Fever's 93-58 demolition of the Sky, a game remembered for Caitlin Clark's hard foul, Reese's Emmy-worthy flop. 17,000 fans packed Indianapolis's Gainbridge Fieldhouse on May 17th, expecting fireworks, but nobody foresaw a full-blown soap opera audition in the third quarter. Caitlin Clark, already flirting with a 20-point triple-double, met Angel Reese at the rim, delivered a hard foul, and watched as Reese launched herself to the hardwood in a flop so theatrical that would even make soccer referees cringe. The roar inside the arena was only rivaled by the roar online, where slow-mo replays and meme captions started multiplying faster than the scoreboard.
Caitlin's hard foul, which turned into a flagrant on Angel Reese, which sparked all the things that we dealt with last season. And, you know, the league currently is investigating any racism that happened from the fans or anything that was said. It's almost as if we didn't learn from last year. That Twitter conversation turns into mainstream media conversation because the mainstream media still isn't quite hip to women's sports. They're not quite understanding this world, this game.
But that was only the tip of the iceberg. Within minutes, sports shows looped the clash like a summer blockbuster trailer, and pundits argued whether Reese's reaction was passion or pure performance art. Clark's stat line, 20-10-10 on national. TV was overshadowed by emoji-filled debates on race, privilege, and protecting the face of the league. Meanwhile, ESPN's ticker flashed the eye-popping viewership, 2.7 million, the most watched regular season WNBA broadcast ever, proving that every shove, smile, and side-eye from Clark now prints money, and the numbers that surfaced after the final buzzer would hit even harder than the foul itself.
Jackie Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark if she stays healthy. There's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But
why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA?
Well,
it's not like she's the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these, you know, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years, and you watch I know her, she's our meet, but you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they do. But Caitlin Clark came out the gates and
you know,
put up some numbers.
Patrick Bet David didn't tiptoe into the debate. He drop-kicked the door off its hinges. In a clip that rocketed across X, TikTok, and YouTube's trending tab, stared straight into the camera and declared, "Brand hype can't hide a 22% brick fest. Angel Reese is no Caitlin Clark." Within hours, the video cleared 2 million views, stitched into reaction memes faster than you could refresh your feed. The receipts backed him up. Through her first 2 outings, Reese had converted just 5 of 22 shots. An ice-cold 22.7%, dead last among WNBA starters, and miles from the 46% clip Clark posted over the same span.
Well, my goodness. Angel Reese is getting absolutely obliterated today for all kinds of reasons. Obviously, we're going to look at the backlash because now people are just flat calling it like they sees it. They're saying Angel Reese lied about a race hoax, just like Bubba Wallace, just like Jussie Smollett. And now, after the WNBA concluded their investigation and released a statement, people are demanding Angel Reese apologize.
But amid the digital haymakers, one truth rose above the noise. Production still trumps promotion, and the gulf between Reese's box score and Clark's highlight reel was wider than ever.
I'm going off of skill, for my opinion. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this woman actually worked out in the off season. This woman was only concerned about press and her podcast. You could tell who put in the work in the off season. I'm not saying it for nothing else besides that, just skill.
Numbers don't lie, so let's stack them side by side and see who's really carrying this league. The scoreboard isn't the only thing Clark is lighting up, so are the turnstiles and Nielsen meters. Through the opening fortnight of the season, Indiana is packing an eye-popping 17K fans per night, easily the highest draw in the league, and nearly mirroring NBA attendance in the same building just a year ago.
Brewers analysis suggests that if Clark simply maintains her current momentum through an expanded 2025 season, her impact on the WNBA's economy could reach $875 million. With modest growth and continued fan interest, Brewer believes that number could exceed $1 billion.
On the road, the Clark tax pushes sellouts from Chicago to New York, with ticket brokers openly calling Fever Games their new mini Taylor Swift tour. The most watched regular season WNBA game ever on an ESPN platform, and the biggest hoops audience outside the NBA Finals that week. That single afternoon outrated half the NHL playoff schedule and every MLB game on cable, underscoring how Clark's logo threes convert directly into primetime eyeballs.
Guys, Caitlin's cooking. I'm talking about Martha Stewart, Gordon Ramsay cooking. She is cooking everybody in the WNBA right now. If you don't know Caitlin, here's a little backstory on her. She went to Iowa. She graduated from Iowa. She has the most points scored for a women's college basketball player ever. Not to mention, she has the most points scored out of any man ever in college basketball history.
Brands have noticed. Nike locked her into an 8-year, $28 million deal. Wilson's signature ball sold out in minutes, and marketers project Clark could help push overall WNBA revenues toward the billion-dollar mark by 2025. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's endorsements are respectable, yet nowhere near that stratosphere, an imbalance that mirrors the 46% versus 22% field goal split looming on every graphic.
League is this league because of Caitlin Clark. She is it. She is the biggest lightning rod gate attraction this league has ever known ×5.
The hard foul was still trending when a Sky staffer whispered that Angel Reese had endured racist taunts from Fever fans. Within hours, the WNBA blasted out a press release announcing a full-scale probe, vowing to review every second of arena. Footage and interview ushers, security, and even courtside season ticket holders. Cable panelists seized the narrative. Think pieces framed Reese as a target of institutional bias, while Clark's supporters blasted the league for playing identity politics. Then, just as quickly, the investigation fizzled. After combing through audio, video, and witness statements, league investigators announced they could not substantiate a single hateful remark.
Okay, listen, y'all, this is what we've been waiting for. This is the letter for the investigation. Listen, in response to the WNBA's recently concluded investigation, they go on to say, "We appreciate the swift and thorough process undertaken by the WNBA to investigate these allegations, which were not substantiated. At Gainbridge Fieldhouse, we are committed to providing the best possible basketball experience for players and fans.
The verdict should have cooled tempers, yet it only deepened the divide. Clark's fans crowed vindication, Reese's backers cried whitewashing, and neutral viewers rolled their eyes, wondering why the league seemed more comfortable litigating outrage than celebrating highlight reels.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Explain.
Listen, man, and again, I will emphasize this every day of the week, twice on Sunday. I love my people. I love black people. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much, or when it's not necessary, because everybody's trying to make this about a, come on, black man, protect the sisters, brother. This ain't racial. This is about sports.
The box score smoke had barely settled when ESPN's own analysts started landing haymakers on each other. Former NFL quarterback Robert Griffin III, RG3, logged on to praise Caitlin Clark's toughness, adding that Angel Reese's shove and flop looked like real hate, not just basketball beef.
After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate.
Moments later, colleague Ryan Clark fired back, not by debating hoops, but by dragging RG3's interracial marriage into the fight, insinuating a black man with a white wife couldn't grasp what young black women endure in this country.
You know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what black women have to endure in this country, about what young black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom.
The exchange detonated across X in minutes. ESPN producers tried to cool the segment, but the viral clips kept racking views, with each side clipping the moment that fit their narrative. RG3 calling out real hate, Ryan Clark calling out privileged opinions.
Want to get paid. Possibility. Reese has been vocal about her low WNBA salary, revealing her $74,000 a year salary doesn't cover rent, stating on Instagram Live, I just hope you know that the WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all. I don't even think they pay one of my bills. Reese's financial struggles stem from WNBA salary not matching her past earnings, as her NIL valuation at LSU was $1.8 million, bolstered by deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and Coach, while a 4-year rookie deal was $324,000 with $74,000 due next season.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. I'm gonna do the math real quick.
It might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary.
Reese tried to flip the script off the court, hopping on Instagram Live to lament that her $74,000 WNBA salary doesn't even cover one bill, revealing she shells out $8,000 a month for a luxe high-rise in Chicago's South Loop. Fans empathized, until they remembered her 7-figure NIL haul in Beats, Coach, and PlayStation deals. For Clark, the conversation is inverted. She rarely mentions money, yet Nike and Wilson shower her with 8-figure endorsements precisely because the box score keeps selling itself. Caitlin Clark is projected to drive nearly a $1 billion swing in WNBA economic activity this season, about 1/4 of every dollar the league will touch. Her sellout streak has already nudged average attendance from 6,600 to nearly 10,000. Yet Clark's quad strain proved the boom stands on a single healthy leg. Ticket prices for the Sky rematch collapsed 71% overnight. Instead of rallying around that windfall, some veterans are complaining it's disruptive, having thousands of new fans screaming on purpose. Brittany Griner literally said so.
From Brittany, every time we play her, there's this commotion, like this loud rumbling from the stands. Turns out it's people, thousands of them, just sitting there, watching on purpose. It's very disruptive. It's called a freaking game that they pay you money to play. Don't play the game. It's very disruptive.
So the WNBA faces a crossroads. Embrace the superstar whose stat lines print money, or keep feeding a drama cycle that drags every hard foul into a culture war tribunal. And that choice leads straight into the closing buzzer. One player lifts, another distracts. One turns gymnasiums into gold mines. The other keeps the hashtag factory on overtime. If the league doubles down on excellence, marketing Clark's record-shattering skill while challenging every other star to raise her game, it taps a billion-dollar future. If it keeps relacing the race bait traps, magnifying flops, and valorizing brickfests, it risks shrinking back to half-empty arenas once the novelty fades. So, Hoops fans, here's the final whistle. Are you team building or team drama? Sound off below, smash subscribe, and set your alerts, because the next chapter tips off June 7th, and the spotlight will show exactly which path the WNBA picked.